All right. Here we are. We are in Division B for this second game of our doubleheader. Game 2.5. And this is going to be a really fun one, too, I think. We've got for you the PipStars versus the Wooden Men and Iron Trees, Dead Fred versus S Beaver, Lizardmen versus Wood Elves. So we have the Wood Elves. We've seen two different elf teams tonight. We saw Elven Union, we saw Dark Elves, and now we're going to see Wood Elves. Wood Elves, very great, feels like a phrase you don't say. Very good pieces. The linemen on an elf team are always really good. He has the two War Dancers. I think does he have his tree? He might have his tree. But those two War Dancers are really the stars of the show. You can see them flipping around there. They have MA8, they have a strength of 3, they are blodgers to start with, they have leap as well. Very, very annoying pieces when you're playing against them. This is a very fast, very agile team. Their whole game plan is run as fast as possible. Everybody on the roster has at least an MA of 7 and score as quickly as possible against a more bashy team. Against this Lizardman team, the Lizardman team's a little tricky. 90k here for Wooden Men and Iron Trees. Wait. No, so the PipStars have 90k. What is happening? Well, regardless. So has a very fast team. Yeah, he's got to pick up the 3 journeymen. he's down. That may have been my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, S Beaver. But it's a very, very fast team. Even with those 3 journeymen, I don't think that's a problem for this Wood Elf team. I still think they're in really good shape. They'll just go on the line. They'll tie up some Sauruses. They're up against the Lizard team. So the Elf team, right, on offense, they can just kind of score whenever they want. They don't have the passing skills that the Elven Union team has. They don't have the resiliency that the Dark Elf team has, but they have a lot of speed and, of course, edge 2 across the board. So this is a team that can score very, very easily on offense. The PipStars won the coin toss, decided to go on offense first. I like to choose to make these elves score first because by the time they score, I've probably removed 1 or 2, and then on defense they're that much less effective. But regardless, Dead Fred wants to keep the momentum on his side. This Lizardman team's a little tricky. Moobas are no catchers on the Wood Elves, or are they all injured? No catchers, just 2 War Dancers, a tree, and a bunch of linemen. So the Sauruses all have strength 4. You can see 3 of the 6 have the block skill. Doesn't have the Crocs on the roster this evening, so doesn't have that strength 5 piece. Don't think it makes, well, it could certainly make a difference. But he certainly wouldn't put the Crocs up against the tree unless he could get the knockdown with it. These Skinks are very fast. They're MA8. He has 1 that's a blodger, 1 that's a sneaky git. They are stunty, so all their dodges are going to be a 3+. They can get to where they need to be. They can lend those assists. They're the only real ball carriers on the roster, and that's the big hang-up with this team. If all 5 of these Skinks are removed from the pitch, this Lizardman team does not really have a way to move this ball around. S Beaver, keenly aware of that fact, will be hunting these Skinks where at all possible. Has more block than the Lizardman team as well. You can see the 2 War Dancers start with it. Both are blodgers. They start as rookies, as blodgers. 1 of which has picked up tackle. This guy right here, Hemlock. This will be a great piece to base a skink with as well on a blitz. Tackle negates dodge. So that's something that S Beaver will be looking to do. They set up in columns. You'll see this team do this a lot. Giving up the wide zones, but they have the speed advantage, so that's fine. They just don't want this team to blitz by them. These Sauruses are going to be the trick. They are a strength of 4. Half of them have the block skill. This elf team needs to find a way to block away from them, as these Sarses are going to want to take marks, and when they take those marks, if the Wooden Men and Iron Trees are just dodging away all day, they only have the 2 rerolls. They will run out of those 2 rerolls quickly, and then they'll be in rough shape. So, protecting the Skinks is the name of the game for the PipStars. For the Wooden Men and Iron Trees, their job is just staying on the pitch, stay alive, get this ball. When they get the ball on offense, they'll score no problem. If they can stop the score by the Lizard team this half, they can win this game. Otherwise, they'll be looking to recover the game and score, win this one 2-1, maybe even draw. It's going to depend on how the drive shapes up. Two-die block gets the knockdown on the left defensive end, the journeyman Gerlindra. Now on the right side, gets a push against Adillion, the number 2 journeyman. Now a 2-die blitz against Makia, the number 8 rostered lineman. Gets the knockdown here, breaks armor, gets a stun. Clevy says, what is orbiting the tree? They're like fireflies or something. Maybe fairies? I don't know. Good pickup by Zippy Von Schleichen, the number 2 sneaky get skink. Moob says, having the Crocs missing next game and not getting its prehensile tail against the Wood Elves feels really bad. Yeah, so the Crocs has that prehensile tail that's a -1 to all dodges by opponents. That could be used to great effect here. The Crocs would have to dance around the tree, but the tree is not as fast as the Crocs. The tree only has an MA of 2. So positioning the tree, very important, especially on defense here for the Wooden Men and Iron Trees, as the tree is the slowest piece in the game. And if it's not positioned carefully, it can find itself out of the drive by just simply not being fast enough. On offense, it's a little bit less of a problem because that tree with that strength of 6, that is very, very, very strong. We've talked about before how strength 4 is much better than strength 3. It's not just a 1 point, it's literally a 1 point difference, but it's not just 1/3 better, it's much better. Strength 5, even better. Strength 6, even better. So on offense, that tree could be an anchor and just really hold down the fort at center pitch. On defense, a little bit more tricky as they have to know where this drive's going to develop, or perhaps even force the drive to develop to keep the tree in the drive turn after turn. They get the knockdown on Chompy McChompface. They follow up, and now they're marking Get Wrecked, the number 4 rookie Saris. He's the left tackle for the offense. 49 seconds to go here for Wooden Men and Iron Trees. The left defensive end, Attendel. What's that? How do you pronounce the apostrophe? Attendel. The number 11 journeyman will move to the right side of the treeman. Repositions this defense a little bit, effectively holding this offense to a blitz. There is a mark on the treeman. Can't really get the assists to make that a block worth doing. PipStars have the ball on their own 8-yard line at center pitch. Dead Fred trying to figure out which direction to move with this ball. To the left, to the right, maybe even straight. Could even retreat with the ball. He needs to keep this ball very well protected as he has a very fast team ahead of him. Look at these linemen. They're all MA7, very fast. The War Dancers are an MA8. Now, of course, the Skinks are an MA8 as well. But this isn't really a speed advantage that he has to worry about. It's just the fact that MA8, look where it can get you on the pitch. It's just so fast that you have to worry about the blitz from virtually everywhere. Three assists, so he is going to take the block on the Treeman. 2-die block. Will he take the both down? I might take the both down, but is the ball safe? He's going to take the both down, knocks down the tree, doesn't break armor, so this tree only has an MA of 2. You need 3 to stand up. That means the tree is not allowed to stand up for free. They have to roll, the tree has to roll a D6, and on a 4, they stand back up, and there it is. So the tree's going to stand right back up. Halfling trees work a little differently. They have the timber trait. It's a 4+ for them to stand up as well, but for each assist they get a +1 to their die roll. So halflings are so reliant on having the 2 trees on their roster for their game plan. It makes it a little easier to keep those trees in the game. The Lizard team, this is where the tackle zones are. That's the protection on the ball carrier right now. Iron Cynic says gnomes have timber too. Maybe they do. I don't. I've never seen gnomes played. I very much want to. T-Die blitz on El Bandito with Hemlock, the number 3 war dancer. Gets the knockdown here. I don't have an anvil, says a halfling gnome trees don't have loner, which is really nice. That is really nice. "25 seconds ago in turn number 2. They open up a hole down center pitch, but the blitz has already been spent. Repositions that war dancer, understands the value of keeping these war dancers safe. They are really the focal point of the team, in my opinion. They're so good. They're also very expensive. So if you lose a war dancer, tactically, you're at a disadvantage for having the... Oh, good removal here. So now a one-man player advantage for the PipStars. Expect more of this as the game progresses. Not only do you lose the tactical ability of having the war dancer on the pitch, but if that war dancer dies or is injured in such a way that you can't keep him on the roster, that's $120K you have to spend to replace him. And I went Typhoon. That's not happening tonight. Stand-up blitz by El Bandito. Gets the POW on the number 11 Journeyman. 8+ breaks armor. That is not a lot. There's the armor break. Gets a stun out of it. No more movement by the Saurus blocker unless he wants to rush, which I doubt he wants to do. So the PipStars reform the pocket, keeping the ball safe on their own 8-yard line. And this is a tactic that the PipStars can employ effectively that the Wood Elf team cannot. The Wood Elf team, very fragile. The PipStars can just keep taking those blocks, to keep taking those blitzes, try to remove elves from the pitch until they can't effectively defend, and then start moving that ball down pitch. Tried to foul the tree. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 assists on the tree. That was a 7+ to break armor. Wasn't able to break the armor. Didn't take the foul with the Sneaky Get. Sneaky Get's the one in possession of the ball. So a doubles would have called the menace off the pitch, but didn't get called off. The ref couldn't see the tree behind all these Sauruses. Turn 3 now for wooden men and iron trees. Tree's gonna stand up on the bullets. Oh, you're trying to take out Pip's Pippy. How dare you? How dare you roll so many dice to try to take out the one, the only Pip's Pippy? Get out of town. 2+ on the take root roll, 4+ to stand up, and rushed on the blitz. That's just offensive. Most reliable tree I've ever seen. 43 seconds to go in turn 3. Wooden men and iron trees on defense, keeping most of their columns intact as they stay in front of this cage. The Lizardmen team, definitely the bashy team in this matchup, but I wouldn't call them a bashy team. Again, they've got those Sauruses. They are definitely bashy, but then they have the Skinks. They are definitely not. Moop says, is that Brawl? It's on the tree. That's Brawler. That's Brawler. So Brawler, I would call the poor man's block. It lets you, if this tree rolls a both down result, you can re-roll the die. You can see it here. See it here. So on a both down, the tree can re-roll one die and try to get a better option that can be used in 2 different ways, right? If both rolls are bad for you, you get a re-roll. That makes sense. But if one is, say, a push, and then you get a both down, you can re-roll the both down and try to fish for that POW. Turn 4 now for the PipStars. El Bandito on the block, breaks armor yet again, and that's another removal. Another Wood Elf who would be on the pitch. Wood. That's, I got one pun. 2-man player advantage for the Lizardmen. This is why Wood Elves love to start on defense. That guarantees they get all 11 on the pitch. Don't need nearly as many to score on offense. Tailgater, the number 7 Saurus blocker, moves behind the defensive formation. 2-die block on Fram, gets another POW out of this. And the tree gets knocked down. Somehow these 2 skinks not injured by that tree falling on them. I call shenanigans. Oh, no, I don't want Thai food. You know what I want? I want a hot dog. That's what I want. I want a legit hot dog. PipStars move the ball over in the left wide zone up to their own 4-yard line, continuing to keep the ball well protected. PipStars back on the bonus clock here as they move in. Drips Drippy Esquire. Not only the lawyer on the team, but also a lineman for the assist on the foul. Currently has 5 assists on this foul. It's a 6+ to break armor right now. If the foul's going to be by number 13, I have to imagine it will be. Oh, I thought that was a foul. I got so scared. The audacity. Gets the armor break. Oh, you mean the muscle? The muscle is strong arm. He comes with that. But this right here is brawler. There's the oh no! Poor Fram. Poor Fram. You know what? When you're gonna get ganged up like that, I don't think a cleaver is gonna do what you think it's gonna do, Mr. Apothecary. Doctor, I'm no tree surgeon, but I'm pretty sure the cleaver's not gonna do what you think it's gonna do. Very well done here by the PipStars to get rid of the tree. Ended up with 6 assists, so it was 5+ on the foul after repositioning the blitzer. And got the removal. Oppo was also spent and couldn't save the tree. Final turn of the first quarter coming up. Wooden Men and Iron Trees have 8 left on the pitch. 3-man player advantage for the PipStars. So no big guys on the pitch for the rest of the game. It's going to come down to the Sarses, the Skinks, and the Elves. Pretty big loss there for Woodmen and Iron Trees, but remember, man, these linemen are so good. MA 7, Strength 3, Edge 2. He can still very much get on the board. Setting up the blitz on Tailgater. 3 assists. Currently has a 2-die blitz. Here it is. 2-die blitz. Got the POW. Looking for a big 10+. Moob says it would require a 3+ leap, but every turn there has been a chance for a 2D on the ball with the tackle dancer. Yeah, so let's talk about that, and I think I know why it's not happening. 5 assists, foul for a foul, gets a stun out of it, but does not get called off the pitch. Mackie on the foul, turn 5 for the PipStars. So these war dancers, the third skill that we haven't really talked about that they have is this leap skill. So they can jump over everyone. It doesn't have to be a prone player. This used to be really, really good as it was just a 3+. Now it's just a jump with a +1, I think. Regardless, they can leap over standing players, and another removal. 4-man player advantage for the PipStars. So they can leap over players to take the blitz on the ball carrier. I don't know for sure why it hasn't happened, but I think it's because in the last game, Woodmen and Iron Trees did try a leap blitz, and and their one of their war dancers got murdered for it. So I think S Beaver might be a little skittish about it here in week 8. KH is going to advance down to the opposing 10-yard line just inside the left wide zone. PipStars in pretty good shape here. I think they're probably going to stall this out until turn 8. I don't... well, it depends. If they can get a few more Kazes, they might just start trying to dial in the touchdowns. Move says, once bitten, twice shy. I think so. I'm speculating, but I think so. It does definitely risk the dancer, but this scrum is what Lizards want, since there have been players based on sizes every turn. I absolutely agree. Again, the Lizards in this matchup, they are the bashy matchup. They'll happily take these marks and these blocks on their turn. These Wood Elves are fragile with an AV of 8+. They don't want to be eating the blocks. Marks out the right side of the cage. Is he going to go for the leap? If he leaps into here, it's going to be 2 dice on the ball carrier. Doesn't have strip ball on either of the War Dancers. Good action order here by SB. We're repositioning a player in front of the cage before taking any risks. Still has a couple of players to activate. Wooden Men and Iron Trees, if they win this one tonight, they will advance into 2nd place in Division B. Sending 3 players down pitch to try to... Here it is. Leap Blitz by Hemlock, the number 3 War Dancer. Good leap. 2-die blitz now. Gets the knockdown thanks to tackle. Very well done by S. Beaver. No armor break though. The ball's gonna stay right where it is. I don't think he's gonna take a -4. Good 3+ dodge to get out of the cage. Now it's a 2+ back to safety. Very well done by the Wooden Men and Iron Trees. So they get a roll a skull against a Chompy McChompface. Spends the reroll here to get a both standing result. Turn 6 now for the PipStars. So it has that +1 for the leap. That made that a 4+, 50-50 leap. Got in the cage, got the knockdown on Zippy Von Schleichen. But the ball's going to stay right where it is. And was able to dodge out the War Dancer to safety. Two-die block against Mackie, marking the right side of the cage here. Gets the knockdown. No armor break. PipStars taking the blocks. Taking the blocks. They'd love to do it. There's another armor break. Gets a stun. Dead Fred has done a real good job here. Look at how his formation is shaped up. So he had his, at the beginning, he had his Sarses on the line in the front. Decided to commit to the left wide zone, and you can see where his line is. His line has stayed in front of his ball carriers this whole time. He shifted this 45 degrees. Very well done. It's something you'll see with control coaches like Clypheus. Not so much with lizard coaches. PipStars marking out Hemlock now. Hemlock minus at least a -1 to dodge away right now. We'll see if he tries to foul the War Dancer. I would absolutely try to foul this War Dancer off the pitch. Good 3+ pickup by Zippy Von Schleichen, trying to get 3 SPP on this sneaky get, trying to make him a dirty player as well. Has the ball now on the opposing 12-yard line. Trying to figure out how much protection he needs on this ball before taking the foul. 3 assists now against Hemlock. It's a 5+ to break armor. It's now a 4+ to break armor. Here it is. 4+ breaks armor on the War Dancer. That's not going to do it. Just rolled a 3. That moves Slim Scaly back on the back left corner of the cage. Turn 6 for Wooden Men and Iron Trees. Black Wolf says, my Cyrus always ends up looking like they have their tails tied together in a big clump. This is good to watch. Yeah, Dead Fred doing a great job here with his team. Moob says, how much SPP does the Seeky Get have if he's going for dirty player on it? Is that why it's carrying the ball instead of fouling? It has 0 SPP. So I think he's trying trying to level him ASAP. Double pals against Pippi. Oh my goodness. 5+ leap by Hemlock. And Hemlock dodges back to safety once more. Now an uphill and get wrecked. Gets a push out of this. Birch, the level 2 lineman on the block, has the block skill. Not a bad uphill block. Turn 7 for the PipStars. They can walk this ball into the end zone if they so choose. They'll probably try to stall this out for one more turn, but double skulls won't do it. Spends a reroll, gets the knockdown. Thanks to the block skill. Another armor break. Gets a stun on you. Not on you, on you. You're great. You're awesome. I don't think you're stunned. But if you are, I can call the doctor. Commanding first half here by the PipStars against this Wood Elf team. Again, it's a fragile team. Getting aggressive on this cage. Rolling lots of dice. Giving up a lot of blocks. I think the Wood Elf team probably wants to take a step back. And not give up the blocks to this Saurus team. Hold them to a blitz a turn. Just stay in front of that cage. Spread out just enough so that these skinks can't get by you. They have an MA of 8. Your War Dancers have an MA of 8. If they War Dancers are in the secondary, then they can catch the skinks no problem. You only need the one War Dancer per skink, right? So one War Dancer versus one skink that's a 2-die block that you have. You have the block skill. He probably doesn't. But taking the marks and rolling dice, I think, works in the favor of the Lizard team, especially when you only have the 2 rerolls. Whoa! The menace, stunning Machia. Festoon says it's like the scene from the second Rush Hour movie with the blind instructor. I've not seen the movie. Blitz still on the table, taking a mark on Ash the second. PipStars on the bonus clock with 5 minutes to go. Blitzing Juneberry gets a push with Chompy McChompface. Took the block, still hasn't stood up. Pips Pippi. Taking a mark on a number of the Wood Elves. Oh boy. Shifts the ball 2 spaces to the right. Gonna keep this ball on the 12. And now Pips Pippi stands up and will cover the left side of this cage. Pips Pippi could have scored easily on his own, but really wants to spread out the SPP for the rest of the teammates. Doesn't really want to steal the show. Turn 7 now for Wooden Men and Iron Trees. Iron Cynic says he's not been playing elf balls and not enough elves for Collins now. Yeah, I do know one of the, I think, is this the first time S. Beaver's played elves? I'm not sure. S. Beaver is very much a bashy coach and wanted to dip his toes into some elf play here. 5+ dodge. I think this is... Oh! I was going to say, I think this is an error, but it's not. He went for the blitz on the ball carrier, gets a push. Look, Pips Pippy does a lot. Gets a push on Zippy von Schleichen. Can't get the knockdown though, so Zippy von Schleichen will remain on his feet. Oh, 5+ dodge. Ah! 5+ dodge is no problem. You try to 2+ dodge? Get out of here. Are you kidding me? You can't do that. That makes no sense. 2's less than 5. 5 is easier. That's how math works. Final turn of the ball game. PipStars taking a block to try to free up the ball carrier here. 3 die block on Aspen gets the PAL. 8+ will break armor. So took that first block in order to get the assists. To get the 3 die, that's going to free up the ball carrier, and the PipStars will take the lead in this ball game 1-0. Very well done. What is happening? Is he taking his blocks? Oh, I'm so scared. He's taking his blocks. He's taking his blocks. Three die block against Juneberry coming up. Oh, gets a push out of this. Or both standing results. Not going to matter. Triple skulls never happen. They're just a myth. That's right. There's the score. Oh, my heart. 1-0. The PipStars take the lead. One more turn in the first half here. Woodmen and Iron Trees will be on offense. If there's a timeout, they'll get 2 turns out of this, and they can very well get on the board. 1 KO comes back for the Wood Elves. So the Wood Elves are getting 7? 8. They're getting 8. So 3-man player advantage for the PipStars going into this final drive of the first half. PipStars with 3 on the line, now 4 on the line. I am surprised they're not playing deeper. Oh, they are. Pips Pippy way back in the secondary along with Slim Scaly all the way back on their own 22-yard line. I think the PipStars, are they afraid of a 1-turn? All right, 4 on the line with the 2 corners very close to the line, just offset off the line, and the 3 linebackers setting up right behind the defensive line. Woodmen and Iron Trees setting up a couple of players over in the right wide zone on the line of scrimmage. Ash the second will be back to receive on the roster. Again, they're down 3 players and no rerolls left for the half. Pips Pippy in the secondary. He's the star of the team. He's the kicker, although he's not a kicker. The officious ref doesn't like Aspen. I don't think it's going to matter too much here in turn 8. So the Woodmen and Iron Trees are not going to be able to get on the board. They'll get well, we'll see how many blocks they can get out of this. Before the second half begins, Pips Pippy can take it easy for a couple of minutes here before he gets back to work in the second half of this game. There he is. There's his stats. The Pipster himself. He does it all. Kudai blitz by Hemlock, the War Dancer. Doesn't get anything out of this. Hunting the skink. Good job by S. Beaver. Identifying the skink as a potential target. MA8's very fast. Those 3 skinks went up behind the line of scrimmage and made them targets for the blitz. Seconds left on the clock for Wooden Men and Iron Trees. Probably just S. Beaver's probably trying to identify what blocks he can get, if any, and if so, take him. Looks like he might not take any blocks here. Going for the pass for some SPP. Works out. 1 point of SPP on Ash the second. Well done. And that'll be the half. 1-0. The PipStars in the lead. Third quarter is about to begin with the Wooden Men and Iron Trees to be on offense. And they get back their second KO. Well done. It'll be a 2-man player advantage for the PipStars. Yeah, one-turn setups are just one of those things that's like, it's like book learning. Like, you just gotta study. you just gotta hit the books. Four on the line for the defense currently. 4 of those 6 Sauruses on the line. The one with the block skill, the left end here. 2 cornerbacks are the number 6 and the number 3 Saurus, Sir Crocs-a-Lot and Chompy McChompface, and then of course the 5 Skinks protected behind this wall of Sauruses. Now the offense to set up. They got 1 more player on the pitch here for this drive, so they'll have a total of 9 players on the pitch. That is more than enough to score. The question is going to be one of strategy. Will the Wooden Men and Iron Trees draw, or will they try to win? I think they really want to win if their strategy revolves around this competition. If their strategy revolves around the season, they might just try for the draw, because they can take this team into the Spike Magazine Trophy, if S. Beaver is even going to carry this team through to the Spike Magazine Trophy and try to skill it up. If they're going to go for the win here in this game, they're going to have to take some risks, and it's a very frail team against a lot of strength and a number of block players. So if it doesn't work out, the Wooden Men and Iron Trees could just kind of put themselves on the back foot more. These players on the Wood Elf team are very expensive. We talked about how a rookie War Dancer is 120K. Your linemen are 70K. They're great linemen, but they're really expensive. So a number of bad games back to back can put you into a death spiral if you don't have the money in your treasury to recover the losses. Blue Pella says, I need PipStars to win and the Gunner gets to lose, but preferably 2, then I gotta win. Move says it's also kind of rough without sidestep against a fully strict 4 line. Indeed it is. Wide line here for the offense after the quick snap. Ball kicked to the 10-yard line. Turn number 9 now for Wooden Men and Iron Trees. Woodmen and Iron Trees currently in 4th place. A win would put them into 2nd place in Division B. The top 2 teams of each of the 3 divisions will be guaranteed a spot in the top 8 after week number 9. Besides that, the top 2 teams between the 3 divisions will also make the cut. Blue Polish says, is that a negative trade on the War Dancer? Can't tell. Yeah, he has a broken arm. He has a broken arm, so his passing value is a +1 or -1, however you want to think of it. PA 4+ to a 5+. Failed the 2+ pickup here. Ooh. Spends a reroll on the pickup. So had this team spread wide, spent the reroll to get the ball into the hands of Ash II, moves the ball up to the 6-yard line. What's the plan? Blitz with Hemlock. 2-die blitz. Gets the knockdown. Turn 9 for the PipStars. Gerlindra, the number 9 Wood Elf, covering this front left corner of the ball carrier, currently marked by Get Wrecked. Boot Polish says, oh no, he can still pass as good as everyone else. Time to retire. Push on the center here for the by the defense against the offense. 2-die block gets a knockdown on Gerlindra, the number 9 Journeyman, and there's the stun. So followed up here. He's not going to try to sneak some skinks through. I have some work I have to do tonight, but I don't think I'm gonna. I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'll be done for the day. Two-die block gets the number 11 Journeyman here, gets a knockdown. Another armor break and a stun. 2 stuns. Well done, this Journeyman. They're like, wait, I thought you said we were playing halflings. What is going on? Move says, aren't you the boss at your company? Nobody can make you do the work if that's the case. I am. I am the boss. And while that's true, at some point, work must be done. But I think that's not going to be today. Two-die block. Two-die blitz gets a push. Really wanted more than a push out of this, but we'll just have to eat that. It's not worth spending a reroll on. Repositions to try to cover the left wide zone here with a column of skinks. There's the second column. So we talked about columns before. This is what he's doing. He's protecting this area here. If a blitz comes in on one of these players, then you still have something that looks like this. And I got to be very careful with that drawing. And so the opposing team can't just run through for free. They would still have to dodge. Boot Polish says, what's the point of owning your own company if you have to work? Isn't that why you hire people, make money for you? Yeah, it is. But you still gotta you still gotta do stuff. If you want people to pay you for something, you've got to provide something of value. And that goes for labor as well. minute 15 here into turn 10 for Woodmen and Iron Trees. I think a draw is not going to cut it. If they want to try to make the cut, they're going to have to try to play to win. But again, it's going to be so risky to do that they may just tumble into a death spiral for the Spike Magazine trophy. Maybe Yes Beaver has no plans of playing Wood Elves for the Spike Magazine trophy. Might take a different team. Hands off to Hemlock. Hemlock on the blitz. 2-die blitz against Slim. Scaly gets a push out of this. Will not follow up. He will follow up. Is he gonna try to leap over the skinks? He is! Spire rooting for the defense. Hemlock gets right in the face of these skinks. Pushes Slim Scaly aside. Pushes Slim Scaly. Who do you think you are, you? Or you think you're Hemlock? Get out of town. Leaps over the menace. Oh, wait, that's the wrong thing. There we go. Leaps over Hemlock here, or leaps over the menace on the 3+ leap, and then a 2+ dodge away. Yeah, if you care about your company, there is always work to do. Yeah, that's true, but it's also just there's so much. I mean, I guess it depends on the company, but there's so much stuff. There's just so much stuff. Generally speaking, you'll only hire labor when you need labor, right? Like if you could do it all yourself, why would you pay somebody? 2-die blitz against Hemlock here, hunting down this ball carrier, gets a dodge push out of this. Elden Marina says, how's Pips doing tonight? Just finished up versus Malak. What was the final score of that game, by the way? Sam Adams is the hardest working drunk there is. Pushes the ball carrier onto the sideline. And it's going to try to just cover him, but he's, I have a feeling he's just going to try to leap out of this. All right, thank you. I'll put it into the system. But it's even not just about labor, right? There's just stuff that you have to do. Unless you just want to roll the dice on someone else doing it for you, and you don't want to do that because, you know, when it comes to certain things, not the least of which is money, a bad die roll, so to speak, can just end your company. So you don't want to take risks like that. Jared says you love dice rolling. All right, we got the gutter balls into the system. Turn 11 now for the Woodmen and Iron Trees. They have the ball on the opposing 18-yard line on that right sideline. Why was I going to say that? On that right sideline. Yeah, there's that. I thought for sure he was going to do it. That's a 5+ leap. And where's the ball going to bounce? Boy, it's going. It's going. The ball is going to end up in the left wide zone. Went for the 1/3 leap. Didn't work out. Felt there was nowhere else to go. I think a couple of marks on dodges could have made this a decent blitz to a 2+ dodge to score. Turn 11 now for the PipStars. Just a straight up foul. Just you're gonna start the turn with a foul? Four assists against Hemlock. Breaks armor, only gets a stun, does not get called off the pitch, despite the ref being right there. So starting the turn with the foul because he wanted those assists to then move the Skinks. I guess the plan was, if it doesn't work out, whatever. Two-dive block against Birch. The number 7 lineman over in the right wide zone gets a push out of this. Move says, I think the dancer should have uphill blitzed the skink to start instead of leaping. Even if he got a push, it would be a 3+ dodge off. Even both down would result in would reduce the leap modifiers. I agree. I think he could have even positioned to reduce a mark on that. Made that a 1-die blitz, at least. Well, I think that's all he could have done because there was a skink in front. PipStars taking the remaining blocks they have here on what used to be the line of scrimmage. Pushed back the Wood Elves a couple of spaces here. Iron Cynic said, even today I was nominally in charge of making sure our school had extra devices for kids to take state testing. I let the IT guy update the district devices and trusted they would be fully ready. Nope, should have tested them. Yeah. So like you. There's just lots of stuff that you people don't think about or don't realize have to happen with certain companies. I would say most companies. There are discussions about finances, about legal, about production, about marketing, about business development. Right? There's all these things that have to happen, and if you're just hiring labor for all that stuff, A, you're taking it out of your hands, so you're not really making the decisions, you're delegating. And B, if you do it for all that stuff, that's a whole lot of money. Like, labor is very expensive. That's a whole lot of money you're spending that you're taking a chance on. So generally, you don't take a chance until you have to take the chance. And then you start hiring up people. So we have folks in production, but I don't want. Well, I say that, but I said I don't want folks in business development, but we're gonna hire a guy. But the point is, there's a lot of stuff to do, and you can't, or you don't want to just hire people up front. But even beyond that, or ahead of that, I don't know what phrase I want. But like, if you're just, let's say you're just starting, we're not just starting out, but imagine you're just starting out. Where's your cash flow, right? Like, you don't have it. So you're not going to hire somebody. Final turn of the third quarter here for the PipStars. They're in the lead 1-0, in pretty good shape here. They have well, not that much of a player advantage, but they do have 2 rerolls. The opposing team has none, and they're in very good position to recover the ball here. 2-die blitz on the rush, gets a push to clear the ball. Now 2-die follow-up by Slim Scaly gets the knockdown on Juneberry. And that's going to free one of these skinks. The skink, Pippy. Oh, don't let the menace get the boo! Picks up the ball with the menace, trying to sprint out the SPP. I get distracted for 2 minutes. Dude, I block against Gerlindra way back across the line of scrimmage. Gets an armor break here, looking for 2 SPP on the Kaz. Doesn't get it, but does get a removal. And now a POW against Makia, looking for an 8+ once more. PipStars down to 1 minute 40 seconds on the bonus clock. Continuing to take marks exactly as they should. Just took a mark against Ash the Second. This is Ash the Second's first game in his career. Minute 19 left on the bonus clock for the PipStars, and that'll be the end of the turn. Turn 13 back to Woodmen and Iron Tree's final quarter of the game. Tudai stand up, blitz by Hemlock, gets a POW against Zippy von Schleichen. Spire says after Ash the first sudden retirement. That's right. That's right. Standing up players, but not dodging away. Just giving these blocks up to these Sauruses. I'd be scared. I'd be scared. One minute to go in the turn. A full 7 minutes, 4 seconds left on the bonus clock for the Wooden Men and Iron Trees. There's a dodge. Ash 2 runs to safety. Aspen's not gonna fare so well. Turn 13 for the PipStars. PipStars in possession of the ball on their own 14-yard line. They've got a ways to go, but they do have an MA of 8 on those skinks. Move says Ash having flashbacks to last week. He's like, no, it's just like, it's like when Father died. Two-9 block on the right side here, gets the knockdown on the Journeyman's gonna get the knockdown on Makia as well. Another armor break here. Gets a stun. So the Wood Elf formation thoroughly picked apart at this point. It's very disparate across the pitch, and it's going to be difficult for them to kind of regroup and try to go after this ball. The PipStars advance the ball across the line of scrimmage to the opposing 4-yard line. They'll have some solid protection on the ball carrier here. It doesn't get any more secure when Pip's Pippy's on the cage. That's right. Now 2-dive blitz against Hemlock. It's not going to cut it. Gets a dodge push out of this. Watches Zippy von Schleichen on the stand-up to get a mark on Juneberry. Remember, Woodmen and Iron Trees have no rerolls left. Juneberry's a lineman without the dodge skill. So every mark counts. Juneberry stands up. Is it gonna risk the dodge? But I don't know where else these Wood Elves go to try to get this. Oh, going for the rush blitz. Rush blitz, 2-die rush blitz. That's gonna work out. Where will the ball bounce? Not where he wants it. And it's in midair even. Not where he wants it to be. Good dodge by you. 2 good dodges by you. Not you, but you. Gets a mark on the ball here in turn 14. Now 2 good dodges by Hemlock. And Mood says Ash was setting him up a trap apparently. Lulling the Skinks into a false sense of security. Ash learned that trick on his travels to Viridian City. Knows exactly how to lure the the Skinks into a trap. Holy, is that what's happening right here? Is this a Pokeball? Is that why it's in midair? It's currently in the middle of sucking up a Pokemon? Another removal here by the PipStars. Looks like Pip's Pippi has already picked it up. It's too many P's. One minute to go for the PipStars in turn 14. They have 51 seconds left on the bonus clock. Here comes the blitz from downtown. 2-die blitz on the rush. Gets double pals on you. Not you. Gets the knockdown. That's another mark on the ball. Pip's Pippi is telekinetic. I did not know this. This is news to me. I feel ashamed. Good 3+ pickup by Slim Scaly. Can move this ball back to center pitch. I don't know how. Well, I do know how he keeps it safe. Get wrecked and tailgater. .45 seconds on the bonus clock for the PipStars. Yeah, they're moving that ball to center pitch. Slim Scaly in possession of the ball on the 12-yard line. Has already picked up 3 SPP. 3 more will be enough for a level up. And here come the Sauruses trying to protect this skink. Pip's Pippi fills in the back left corner of the cage. Drips Drippy. Maybe filling in the back right corner as well. We'll see how exposed he feels. Drips Drippy takes a mark on Aspen instead. 5 seconds on the clock. That's it. After the 3+ dodge, that'll be the end of the turn. Takes a mark on Hemlock. No more time on the bonus clock for the PipStars. 2 turns left in this ball game. Turn 15 for Wooden Men and Iron Trees. Can they pull off a draw? The ball is on their own 12-yard line. They're down to 7 players on the pitch. They knock down Zippy Von Schleichen down pitch. That's not going to help too much. Needs to get in on this ball. Has no rerolls left. Not only needs to blitz this ball away from Slim Scaly, but then needs to recover with someone else and just get this ball out of here. Just punt this ball. Yeah, the forever clock. It's there. I've noticed it triggers when the bonus clock runs out. Oh, yeah, that's going to hurt your back. That's going to hurt your back. That had to have been a blitz, right? Yeah, tried to blitz with Macchia. Didn't work out. Failed to dodge. And caused a casualty on himself. So that will be turn 15. Turn 15 for the Wooden Men and Iron Trees. Turn 15 now for the PipStars. They can park this ball right outside the end zone. That's exactly what they're going to do. Slim Scaly on the 24-yard line. That's awesome. I don't know why I'm so impressed by that. you saw S. Beaver there in the picture-in-picture, and that's just another camera because you saw his actual coach doing the same thing over here. Setting up some blocks on Hemlock here. Is he going to blitz Hemlock? Because I think he wants to blitz Ash the second. But we'll see what he decides to do. He's going to blitz Hemlock. So 3-die blitz on Hemlock just gets a push here. Spends the reroll, gets the POW. Looking for an 8+. Got an armor break out of this. And now 4 assists on Hemlock. Makes this a 4+ to break. Armor. Breaks armor, but only gets a stun. The Menace tries to dodge away. Hey, that's a removed lizard! Turn 16 for Wooden Men and Iron Trees. They cannot get at this ball. So I think it's just a matter of keeping players alive. And maybe actually just trying to protect Ash. 2-die blitz on Pipsy. Gets a dodge push out of this Juneberry on the blitz. Move says here's the real question. Turn 16 foul with Sneaky get before the touchdown. That would be that would be that would be something. Just show it off. Just be like, I want you to not forget this day. Repositions the blitzer to try to get some protection on Ash the second. I think that's wise. Dodges away Aspen. I think that might be the turn. Turn 16 for the PipStars. They're going to win this game at least 1-0. But are they going to try to foul Hemlock is the question. They can get 5 assists. Taking some marks on the lineman over on the left side here. Is he going to try to... What's going on? He's going to try to blitz you. So 3-die blitz on you gets a POW. Needs an 8+ here. So Dead Fred looking for SPP, but didn't get it there. Can still foul though, is he? No, he's not gonna do it. 2-0. This game ends in a PipStars victory. Very well done by Dead Fred. I got myself hyped up for it. I was like, let's go. Let's go. Show him. Show him you're not afraid. Oh, good games. Good games all around this evening. Very well done by both coaches. Dead Fred's going to come out on top 2-0, and that's going to put the PipStars up into 6th place with the Wooden Men and Iron Trees tied for 4th with conspicuous disunion. So that's how Division B is shaping up, with Philosopher's Song very well ahead here with 14 points. The Gunner Gits with 11 in second place, and the Vesuvian Lavabacks tied in points with 11, but in third place here as they played their final game of regulation. They have the bye week in week 9. Let's take a look at the schedule before we leave for the evening. Oh, yeah, that'll do it. So that's going to do it for week 8. One more game left to be played this week. It's going to be unaired. But after that, coaches will begin scheduling their week 9 games. That's the final game of regulation before the cut to top 8. Very important week, especially at the top of the leaderboard in these 3 divisions. And when those games get scheduled, you'll be able to check out and get alerted to those schedules on our website at maml.club. That's MAML. Let me try that one more time. That's MAML.CLUB. There we go. Here on Twitch or on our social media pages on Blue Sky, X, and Facebook. You can also watch previous games on our YouTube channel. Play Blood Bowl, man. This game is great. You can play Blood Bowl via Blood Bowl 3 on Steam, the Epic Game Store, PlayStation, Xbox, and in tabletop form at your friendly local game store. Malik had a Yeti dodge itself to death tonight. We saw. We saw. Until week 9, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for participating. Thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying Blood Bowl. We'll see you back here in week 9 in just a couple of days. That'll start on Wednesday. So take care and enjoy the rest of your Monday evening.